All right, so welcome back for another episode of CrowdFund Genius Live. I'm ZacBob, the host of CrowdFund Genius, the podcast, and CrowdFund Genius Live. So basically, we're here to answer some crowdfunding Q&A. If you want to ask us a question, send it to @CrowdFundGenius on Twitter. Any type of crowdfunding, rewards-based, or Kickstarters, or Indiegogos, those type of questions, send them to us on Twitter. That way we can answer it here live on the show. Last week, we were actually at Podcast Movement, and we did a live show from Podcast Movement, but it's the first time that we had these lav mics. So we had a sound problem, and I'm gonna show you the audio right now. All right, welcome to CrowdFund Genius Live. This is another episode. We're coming at you live from Podcast Movement 2015. We're here at the Omni Hotel, and they're doing the Academy Awards right now for podcasters. We got the nice little logo right here for Podcasting Awards. So, all right. So basically, let's go ahead and get this thing started with the very first question. Brandon?
@BrightDrops asks, BrightDrops is on Kickstarter for the first time. How best to get bloggers to look?
The best way to get bloggers to look at your campaign, if your campaign's live, you probably should have been doing this in the pre-campaign or the pre-launch or pre-planning and getting these bloggers lined up in advance. I'm going to talk about a couple different ways you can do it. One way is to go to other campaigns that are in your niche. Find other Kickstarter campaigns, other Indiegogo campaigns, and if you scroll down through the campaign page, sometimes they'll put the media so you can see what media has already covered that campaign. Another way to do it is you just right-click on the video and do a Google image search for that campaign. You're gonna get a whole list of different blogs, different forums, different media outlets that use that same image to cover that campaign. Now, while you're doing this, you locate the writer's email address, their Twitter handle, start building a Twitter list of every single one of those writers. Share those articles that they're writing about. Share other articles that they're writing about. And like every time you share, once a day, don't bombard them with it, but once a day, make sure you mention them on Twitter. Make sure you say, hey, I checked out your article, and then here it is, the link, I shared it. Let them know that you are sharing their stuff. That way they'll be more inclined to write about yours when your campaign launches. Another thing, email them specifically. Email them, say, hey, I saw that you wrote this article about this drone. Did you check out this new drone that just launched on Kickstarter? Or did you check out this new drone article over here? Point those articles, point them at each other. That way they can find something else to write about for their next writing project that they have to release for their blog or for their outlet or whatever it is that they're writing about or wherever it is that they're writing. All right, and the last way is check out HARO. HARO is like help a reporter out. All right, you can go on there, you can sign up for it. That way you sign up for their list and they'll send you, they have different categories. So if you're in the tech space, they'll send something about that. If you're like the mommy blogger space, you can sign up for something like that. And what it is reporters and writers will go to these websites and then they'll send out a huge blast to everybody like, hey, I'm looking to write an article about this, and this, and they'll give the details. Go ahead and start helping them out. Even if it's not your campaign, just help them out. If you see something on the internet that's valuable to them or could be valuable for that, share it with them. That way, you're building that relationship in advance. That way, they're more inclined, again, to write about your campaign when it launches. All right, let's go with question 2.
@Project Steady asks, hey, this is Rocksteady here. How do you fund a successful campaign?
Funding a successful campaign. All right, that's kind of a broad question, but I'm gonna tell you right now, the main thing is make sure you fund within the first 48 hours or try to get at least 50 to 75% within the first 48 hours. This is very, very important. A lot of people overlook this and say, hey, I need $75,000, so they're gonna set their goal at $75,000. I'm telling you not to do that. I'm telling you to roll the dice, take the gamble, set your goal low. Set it as low as possible. You're gonna know how high your goal should be because you should be building that email list. Once you build that email list up, start asking them. Get them involved in the campaign. Say, hey, take a look at our Kickstarter. We're building it right now. What do you think? Let them see the reward levels. Ask them, hey, would you back at this price? Do you think there's enough value here? Do you think it's like, if you would back at this price, is there enough value? And then ask them, hey, will you back us? Ask them in advance. Start making a list of people that would be interested in backing you. At least that way, you have a rough number of the amount of backers you're gonna have on that first day and the amount that you'll be able to raise on that first day. So that is one way to make sure that you have a successful crowdfunding campaign. I mean, we could talk all night about how you can have a successful crowdfunding campaign. Brandon, question number 3.
@AshleyClow Inc. asks, what is the best social media platform for getting the word out about your crowdfunding campaign?
The best social media platform depends on your niche, all right? I mean, your niche, all these niches are located in different places. If you're selling to businesses, you want to go with LinkedIn. You got LinkedIn groups, you got Facebook groups, you got Facebook pages. Instagram's getting real hot right now with cross promotion, where I'll share a picture of your campaign to my followers, you share a picture of my campaign to your followers, and vice versa. That's another kind of a broad question, and it does depend on your niche, but if you're going off statistics, then Facebook's where it's at right now. Like 30 to 20% of some campaigns are getting all their traffic from Facebook, and the rest will come from Kickstarter or other source. So that would be my best way to answer that question. I hope it helps. I'm sorry I didn't get you a video by Monday, Chloe, but like I said, we had an audio problem whenever we were at Podcast Movement. So if you have any questions, or if you want to ask me a question about crowdfunding, send it to @CrowdFund Genius. If you know anybody that'd be interested in watching this, if you're on Periscope, share it, all right? Share it with whoever you know that would be interested in this. Make sure you're hitting subscribe on our YouTube channel, where we're gonna upload this video on Monday, and you will also have the audio on CrowdFund Genius, the podcast. Thank you for joining us. We'll be here next Friday, 8 p.m. Central Time, so make sure you get your questions in to @CrowdFund Genius. Happy crowdfunding. ZacBob out.